Happy Tuesday, everyone. How are you doing? I'm hoping that you're doing well. So, thank you so much for joining me and a very warm welcome. And before I even begin, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. I see it all. And for those who haven't, kindly do so. And let's keep growing this new channel. Now, today I want to talk about the Kate Middleton's obsession with Meghan. And honestly, it's starting to scare me. See, Kate Middleton has gone from copying the outfits that Meghan has worn, the brands that Meghan has worn, and now she is even visiting the brands that were well known because Meghan had worn them. How bad is that? Or how obsessive is that? And trust me, people aren't having any of these. They are dragging Kate Middleton left, right, and center. Now, if you've been following up on what has been happening for the past couple of months, Kate Middleton and every brand that she's literally been wearing has been facing some bankruptcy, or the companies have been falling. And this started maybe mid last year when most companies that Kate has worn started reporting bankruptcy. For example, let me just read you a couple of headlines. For example, this one from the Daily Mail that came out on October 2025 said, "How even the Kate Middleton's effect can save crumbling fashion brands backed by the royals." And the most recent said, Kate's beloved fashion brand LK Bennett is racing to find a savior amid fears firm will collapse. And that was just in December of last year. And in between there was so many other brands. Obviously, I can't mention every headline because there were just too many until every time I could read these headlines, I was like, oh, here we go again. Another brand is falling because of the Kate Middleton effect, which is actually proving to be very bad to these brands. I think they should start running whenever they see Kate Middleton. Well, now it seems to me like Kate Middleton has decided to run to the brands that Meghan actually discovered in order to clean up her image, that image of Kate actually making brands collapse. Because that is exactly what Kate Middleton is doing now. So, the stories that has been on the headlines for the past like 2 days is that Kate actually visited a Welsh brand that was made famous by Meghan. Now, tell me this isn't actually weird, because I find it absolutely weird. Why would Kate do that? She has other brands that actually collapsed before because of her. So I think she should be visiting those brands, maybe apologizing or just making them be known again. But no, she has decided that she's going to visit these brands. Well, this specific brand that is based in the UK that Meghan actually first discovered. This is first of all laziness of the highest order, and also it exposes how Kate is actually obsessed with Meghan. Now, let me just read you a couple of headlines following this story. For example, Hello Magazine was like, Princess Kate champions brand made famous by Meghan Markle during Wales visit. Another one by GB News says, Princess of Wales to visit Welsh brand made famous by Meghan Markle. Then Town and Country was like, Kate Middleton visits Welsh textile mills, including a denim maker made famous by Meghan. So all these people know that Meghan is the one who made this company famous. Meghan is the one who started all of this. And then Kate decided that she was going to piggyback or just ride on Meghan's influence, right? And it's just so lame, honestly. Now, let's see what Kate actually did. So, these articles were written prior to Kate Middleton visiting these places, but she has visited them now. So, they were like, Kate is scheduled to tour the family run business as part of her ongoing efforts to champion British textile producers and independent enterprises. Then they add, the Welsh brand holds a notable place in recent fashion history, having been thrust into the global spotlight in 2018 when the Duchess of Sussex chose Heights high-waisted diner skinny jeans for an official visit to Cardiff alongside Prince Harry. Well, of course we remember that moment because every moment when Meghan stepped outside was iconic. Every time she stepped outside, people would actually look for the outfits that Meghan was wearing and purchase them. And they even added in this article, the appearance sparked what co founder David Hyatt described as the Meghan Markle effect, generating a surge in demand for the company's products. Well, of course, because that was just a normal thing for Meghan. Every time she stepped outside, the Meghan effect would obviously surge. Every time she wore some brand, the brand would get lots and lots of attention. And I honestly think every brand Meghan has worn has gotten this Meghan effect because, yeah, Meghan's effect drives brands to be known. It creates this huge amount of sales in their products, and the company just becomes very successful. But for Kate Middleton, it's the complete opposite. That is why she's now running to these brands that Meghan showcased first, these brands that Meghan made famous. And I don't know for what reason. I just think this is pure evil, but it's also laughable because it just makes Kate look lazy and as someone who only wants to ride on someone else's success. And even at the time, Mr. Hyatt told People magazine that in the next 4 weeks, we are moving into a factory that's 3 times the size and we've hired 8 new people. The Meghan Markle effect is real. Yeah, of course, the Meghan effect is real. And honestly, this is comedy gold because it just throws everyone back to how much homework Megan Sussex actually did 8 or 9 years ago, spotlighting a tiny little known Welsh brand and basically dragging it into the public eye. Then, fast forward 8 years later, copycat Kate awkwardly wanders into the same brand, insisting that she deserves applause for also discovering it. The timing alone writes the joke. But I'm glad that even the headlines were still pointing out how it was Meghan who actually made this brand known. So Kate Middleton just looks like someone who is obviously riding on Meghan's success, which is exactly what she's doing right now. And yeah, this obsession is just getting more and more scary. Remember that Kate's was it stylist quit last year, and when she quit, she actually exposed how Kate Middleton had been following up closely on the brands that Meghan had been actually wearing, and also the people whom were very close to Meghan. That was one of the biggest revelations last year, but of course the media buried that story as though it didn't exist. And well, now her going to this brand even continues to just spotlight how Kate is actually obsessed with Meghan. And it's actually serious. I think Kate Middleton needs some help. Now let's see how people responded online. So I am Sage commented on this saying, do not be surprised if Kate starts to visit various places Meghan has visited just to keep her in the headlines because there's literally no reason for her to visit the jeans company that Meghan made famous when I'm sure there are many other brands she could lend her royal presence to. Of course. And I also think maybe it's because she knew that if she didn't go to this company, then no one would actually notice that she was outside. You notice now that you realize now that all the headlines are referencing to Meghan before mentioning Kate Middleton, and I think this is exactly what Kate wanted. It's such a shame. Then someone else commented saying, we know Kate is a Meghan copycat. Kay is so weird, copies what Meghan wears. It's odd. I'm glad her stylist Natasha Archer, basically outed Kate as following everything Meghan did in her circle. It showed Kate's obsession and lack of originality. Exactly. And then Anne, Duchess of Sussex, also commented on X saying, the brands Kate wears keep going bankrupt. She wants to piggyback off of Meghan's success. Shame the owners had no backbone. I would have declined her visit. I think I would have to because you've all seen how brands have been going down whenever Kate spotlights them, and I really hope this one isn't going to go down. God forbid. Then another person, she has to use Meghan after every brand she wore has gone bankrupt. Of course, now she has to use Meghan because she sees that Meghan is the one who gets the spotlight. She sees that Meghan is the one who's getting all of this success while she herself has been failing. Well, shame on you, Kate Middleton. I think you should start finding your own things. It seems to me like she has no personality. This woman really doesn't know what she's doing. That is why she's copying everything that Meghan is doing and just trying to make herself be talked about by using Meghan's name or just something that Meghan did before, which is total shame. Now, I don't know about you all, but that is just what I was thinking. So yeah, let me know your opinions in the comments. Then I'll see you in the next episode. And before I end this one, kindly make sure to subscribe and let's grow our channel. So thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good time. Bye.